All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. So today I've got a very special guest. We've actually got another Canadian on the channel. So for the Canadian viewers watching, this one is especially going to be good, good for you guys. And basically, this is Ian, and Ian discovered digital marketing from the channel. So now he's coming full circle. He's back on the channel. He discovered it through an interview video just like this on the channel, and now he's back full circle. And Ian, thank you so much for coming on the channel.
No problem, Shane. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning, your origin story. Kind of just tell me maybe just a little bit about yourself, your background, and where you were when you first discovered, or actually rather before you discovered digital marketing. So, like, did you go to college? A little bit about your background and just, what you were thinking in terms of your career, maybe some other jobs that you had, that kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. So originally, I went to college for business management. Like I thought I was going to be like sort of like a business manager, like, entrepreneur. And then I really thought I'd then shift and thought my career would be in sales. So I went to do that for a bit, and then I found out like while I was good at it, it wasn't for me. And then, I was actually worked at the Westin for a little bit, just kind of, not really sure where to go with my career, just kind of the job I could find. And then like COVID happened and, couldn't work anymore because it's all like I was an event technician. It was all like in-person events, right? And then like about a few months later, my sister got a job at an agency in marketing because that's more of her background. And it was a temp agency. They were actually like ending their term, and they needed people with like any sort of business background at all. And I
Mhm.
had that, and I applied, and she got me in, and I'm super thankful for that. And then, like I said, it was just supposed to be like a temporary job, and I realized like, wow, I really like this, and kind of continued on with digital marketing ever since then. So yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And did you say, I think you mentioned that you did go to college, so you went to community college. What was your major?
Correct. Yeah. So I majored at first. I have two majors. So my first one was in business management, and then I got another in marketing.
Got it. All right. And was that a like a bachelor's degree or what was that?
Just like a college diploma. So it's like if you
Okay.
combine the two, it's an equivalent to the
Okay.
bachelor's. So yeah.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Um Great, great. So how did you discover okay, so you discovered digital marketing because your sister got a job at an agency. So how did you discover Seth's course, the digital career blueprint?
It was funny. I was after that temp agency ended, I was just trying to do things on my own. I didn't want to go back to college. I've never been, the best student, whatever. So I just was trying to figure it out on my own, doing Udemy courses and stuff. And just like I had a few interviews, but nothing was really working. So eventually I
Mhm.
decided to go back to college, not knowing that this course existed. And then about like I wasn't really happy with what I was learning from college. For example, just to learn about digital marketing, you had to wait till your senior year, to like your last semester. I'm like, there's got to be a better way than this. So I I did my own research. I've been watching your channel for a while, found your videos with Seth, and I'm like, this seems like the way. And I was kind of scared because it was an investment, especially going through college. But I, took a shot on the course, and I don't regret it at all because I learned, way more through the course than I did through college.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah.
So would you say, like going back in time, if you knew what you knew now, would you say that would you maybe skip college and just go straight to a course like this?
Yeah. If I would have known, sorry, if I would have known about this course, after my job with at that temp agency, I would have just taken this course straight up and just skipped the whole college route. So
Got it. Got it. Okay. So once you started in Seth's course, which by the way, he calls it a course, and I've told him this before, he should really call it a coaching program because it's a coaching program. Like there's a
yeah,
course
no, for
component to
real.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually a coaching program. But he sells it at a course price point, which is like much lower than a typical coaching program. Um, so after you started Seth's course, just what was your impression of it? Because I know there's a course part of it, there's a coaching part of it, and then there's the community part of it. So what was your impression of those three things?
Um, all three were great. The like the course part of it, it was really nice to have like all this information at one place instead of, going through here, going through there and trying to like mix and match pieces together. Like this whole time, I'm just like, if someone could just explain it to me straight up with like one person consistently, I'll pay well for that. And that turned out to be, Seth's course. As for the community, it's been great. I talked to a lot of people from the course. In fact, like some of them, like I talk to, like hang out like with twice a week now. Like we have our own little, friend circle from the course. It's been awesome. I've also met like a bunch of people with like similar stories to me, which is great. So the community is amazing, and also just like the coaching's great. I've had times where I've had questions, starting a position, or like I've never encountered this, this issue. Has Nick or Ivy, like the coaches, like they can help me out with that, and I think that's really awesome. Especially it's like every week there's two coaching calls,
Mhm.
so I think that's like really incredible. We get all this, in one package, so it's great. And no, I like all three aspects for sure.
That's awesome. Okay. And how long did it take you to finish the program?
Yeah, it took me a little bit longer because I was in school. I tried to kind of like went back and forth between the two, but I think it took me in total about like 9 months to complete the course. So
Okay. Got it. And then once you completed the course, how long did it take you to get a job?
right away, like as soon as I got out of school, I got an internship. And then, because like I said, a lot of times like they don't teach the practical skills. They need someone with Google Ads, and like I had that, right?
Mhm.
Um, and then you know, shortly after, I got my first like big agency position, and now I'm at another agency. So yeah, it's worked out pretty well for me so far. So
Love it. Okay, so what was your first position? Was it kind of just like learn everything involved in digital marketing type of thing, or was it pay per click, SEO? Like, what was your first position all about?
um, we talking like after school or like my temp agency thing?
After school. Yeah, after you took the
Okay.
course.
Yeah, so after I took the course, my first position, it was kind of a bit of everything. It was mostly Google ads. They really wanted to do that. They had another agency they were doing Facebook ads with, and it just like wasn't working. So it was a lot of stuff in Google ads. It was quite a bit of like SEO, like on page as well. They didn't really have anyone for that. It was a very small, oh, not, it was a small organic food company. So it was like I was doing a lot, but it was a really cool business. People were great, and I learned a lot from that. So.
Okay, got it. And then how about your second job that you just got a few months ago? What are you doing there?
Like my new one or my previous agency?
Yeah, your new one. Hmm.
Okay. And yeah, as for my new one, that one's a much more specialized position. I'm a PPC specialist. So I do a lot of Google ads, a lot of Facebook ads, primarily in residential and commercial real estate. That's our main industry, but we work with a lot of different businesses, in the city and like, in the province. So that's been really cool. And I also do quite a bit of SEO for them as well. I do like a lot of on-page and technical SEO for this agency too. So
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah.
Awesome. Got it. Okay, so everyone wants to know. Everyone, is dying to know. Let's talk about the money, right? So
Right.
what was that after taking the course, after graduating, that first one that you landed, what were you getting paid there? And then the one that you just got, you whatever you're comfortable sharing, what were you getting paid now?
Right. Right. Okay. Yeah. So my first one, I wasn't like I was making enough to cover the bills, but it was sort of more for a learning experience. So I think I was only making like just like a little bit under 40 there. I think it was like
Mhm.
37,000. But I knew it was just like it's a 4 month contract, just like more of a learning experience. And then on my new one now, like I can't say the actual number, but I'll give you a range. It's between right now between like 53 and 63,000. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. And I mean, that's amazing that within just a very short period of time, you've gotten like a significant raise, and that's what you can do in digital marketing. And a few years down the line, like there's a very good chance if you want to push it, you could make it to six figures, right? So
Yeah.
that's absolutely
Yeah.
possible in digital marketing. So that's awesome. That's exciting, man. And congratulations for that. Congratulations on landing the new job as well. So let's talk about job satisfaction and work-life balance. So you've had I assume, you had the temp agency job before you took Seth's course, and then you've gotten two jobs after that. Tell me about your job satisfaction, work-life balance for, digital marketing related careers versus non-digital marketing related careers?
Yeah, I mean, digital marketing's a lot better work-life balance, a lot better job satisfaction. What I was doing before, I worked at a hotel. I was like 10-hour days, as a technician, pushing around like 300-pound carts. Had to wear like all black. It wasn't air conditioned in the employee sections. It was really rough. Versus now, it's just like, I can have much more control of my schedule. People respect me a whole lot more. It's just a way better environment. I feel like I can learn a lot more. I feel like this is like more of a career, more of a long-term thing. And I'm very fortunate for that. So,
Awesome. Okay. And are you working remote, by the way?
no, yeah, no, I'm in office, but the nice thing is it's like I'm very close by to my office. So I don't really mind too much right now. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. And you, of course, you always have the option to work remote in the future if you want to. So
Yeah, that's going to be one of the things I'm going to be probably asking for if I stay here. So, or like hybrid
gotcha.
at least. So, yeah.
Got you. Yeah, a lot of people are telling me that at first they thought they wanted to work remote. Well, not a lot of people, but a few people have told me at first they wanted to work remote, but then they actually prefer hybrid because they kind of like going into the office a little bit, just not 5 days a
Yeah.
week. They like going
Y-
in and interacting, but not 5 days a week.
Yeah, like I think I don't know, like I like remote, but I think hybrid is kind of where I like because it is nice to see my coworkers. I hang out with them every day at lunch and just like, I'm very fortunate for the people I work for. So, and like my team around me. So it's great to, see them in person as well. So, yeah.
For sure. For sure. Awesome. So, what would you say to somebody who is kind of on the fence about jumping into the coaching program, the Digital Career Blueprint? Which, by the way, guys, if you're confused about any of the terminology we're using here, pay-per-click, like PPC, SEO, any of this stuff, Seth actually does have a free training, which I'll put down in the description in the pinned comment below, which will explain all of that stuff. It'll explain, why digital marketing is such a good opportunity and how you can get into it. So definitely check that out down there. But yeah, as I was always saying, what would you say to somebody who's kind of on the fence about joining Seth's course?
I'd say just go for it. It can be kind of scary. Like I did my research for months before I bought the course. Like I saw your video. I watched like all of the interviews, like literally all of them before the course. Like I did my research and I went out on a limb. I got it and I don't regret it at all. It's one of the best investments I've ever made. So if you're on the fence and you think this is for you, like I strongly recommend it.
It's hard to get a better ROI than that, right? Like,
Yeah.
like probably you're gonna end up with a 1,000x ROI or something ridiculous
I'm
like that.
already at like somewhere between 30 to 50 now, like
Yeah,
it's going well. Yeah, but like it's honestly the ROI is great. And it's like you land one like decent position, it you know pays for the course pays for itself.
in the
So
first week, probably in the
yeah,
first few
yeah, for
days.
real, for
Yeah.
real. Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so are there any personality traits that tend to do better in digital marketing, or does it not really matter? Is there kind of like, whether you're an introvert, an extrovert, you're artistic, analytical, does it really matter, or can you find like a good place for you depending on the company you work for or that type of thing?
Well, I think marketing's so broad, it doesn't really matter if you're like introverted, extroverted. I've seen like all different personalities. I've seen a lot of people who are like very like artsy, like myself. I also seen people that are very analytical, like my sister. She's still in digital marketing right now. Um, so I think there's like it doesn't really matter enough personality types. I will say there's like certain things though, there's certain traits. Like all the people that I've ran across, they're all like self-learners. They all spent the time to, learn a bit more and, they always want to improve their knowledge. And then also, I also know that's like one trait that's very common is like adaptability. Digital marketing is changing so fast, right? So it's like you have to be adaptable. You have to be, willing to adjust and, pivot a little bit and like, continue learning. So like I think just, being able to be like a self-learner and being adaptable is are two essential traits to digital marketing. So
Got it. And do you feel like you learned a lot at your past job and then your current job? Did you feel like you learned a lot?
Oh yeah, no, I learned a lot. Still learning, still got a ways to go, but I've been learning a lot and I'm very thankful for it. So yeah.
Is it learning like drinking water through a fire hose, like it's just too much, or is it
No.
kind of like you're learning at a really, enjoyable pace kind of thing?
No, like it's more of an enjoyable pace. Like if
Okay.
I felt like I was like learning to a fire hose, like I would, I'd stand up for that, because like I really value my work-life balance. Like I don't like to be overwhelmed. So, I'm a hard worker, but I don't like to be overwhelmed. So yeah, if I felt like it was too much, like I would just let him know. But yeah, no, it's a nice pace right now, and I'm very thankful for that.
Got it. And then if there was one piece of advice that you could give to someone who is trying to get into digital marketing, what would it be?
Just fail as fast as possible. You're gonna make mistakes. Things aren't gonna go perfectly. I made a ton of mistakes at the start. But you just got to get through it, just get around it. And then, once you learn these things, you're coming from experience and, you get better and you can improve. So, I was kind of scared to, apply to my first job or, go to my first digital marketing interview or, have my first like more senior position. But, of course I made mistakes along the way, but, I just kind of went for it, kept going, and I'm very thankful I did. So
Great. So I've got a good one for you.
yeah,
Is there anything I should have asked you that I didn't?
I don't think so. Honestly, you did doing a really good job so far.
I hit all the good ones. I hit all the good
I
questions.
think
Okay.
so. I think so. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, anyone watching this, if you have any other questions, comment them down below. Maybe he'll see it, maybe I'll see it, never know, right? But Ian, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Full circle moment. You discovered it through my channel and then now you're back on the channel. So that's got to be awesome. It's super awesome for me whenever I, interview people that discovered it through my channel. So thanks for coming on the channel and have a good one, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, Shane. And yeah, it's a full circle moment for sure. And yeah, no, thank you once again. Have a good one.